We've all been there, staring in the mirror, frustrated with those stubborn pockets of fat that refuse to budge no matter how hard we try. We target these areas with endless crunches or lunges, hoping for a miracle. But the truth is, spot reduction is a myth. You can't pick and choose where you lose fat. This is not how our bodies work. The idea that we can target specific areas for fat loss is appealing. It seems logical that working a particular muscle group would burn fat in that area. Sadly, it's just not true. Our bodies are far more complex than that. When you exercise, you burn calories. This calorie expenditure contributes to overall fat loss. The human body stores fat throughout. When you create a calorie deficit, meaning you burn more calories than you consume, your body taps into these fat stores for energy. This process happens systematically. It doesn't mean you'll lose fat evenly from all areas at once, though. So if you're doing endless crunches to target belly fat, you might be disappointed. While crunches strengthen your abdominal muscles, they won't magically melt away the fat covering them. To truly tackle stubborn fat, we need to understand the science behind fat loss. Fat loss is a complex process that involves several steps. First, you need to create a calorie deficit. This means consuming fewer calories than your body burns. This deficit forces your body to find alternative energy sources, and that's where stored fat comes in. When you consistently maintain a calorie deficit, your body breaks down fat cells through a process called lipolysis. During lipolysis, triglycerides stored in fat cells are broken down into glycerol and free fatty acids. These are then released into the bloodstream and transported to your muscles to be used as energy. Think of your body as a furnace and stored fat as fuel. When you need more energy than you're taking in through food, your body throws some of that stored fat into the furnace to keep things running. It's a beautiful and efficient system. However, the exact areas where your body chooses to burn fat from are largely determined by genetics. This is where things get a little tricky, and why we often struggle with those stubborn fat areas. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to lose weight effortlessly from certain areas, while others struggle with stubborn pockets of fat in those same spots? Genetics plays a significant role in determining where your body prefers to store and burn fat. It's not always a level playing field. Some individuals might naturally store more fat in their abdominal region, while others might store it in their hips, thighs, or arms. And just as genetics influences fat storage, it also dictates where you tend to lose fat first and last. This is why you might diligently follow a diet and exercise plan and see significant fat loss in your face and arms. But your belly fat seems resistant to change. It's not a sign that you're doing something wrong, it's simply your genetic predisposition at play. Understanding the role of genetics in fat loss is crucial. It helps us manage expectations and avoid unnecessary frustration. It's not a reason to give up, but rather a call to be patient and persistent with our efforts. Stubborn fat, typically found in the abdominal area for men and hips and thighs for women, can be incredibly frustrating to deal with. It often seems immune to our best efforts. We might see positive changes in other areas of our bodies, but these stubborn fat deposits cling on tenaciously. This is where many people throw in the towel. They become discouraged and give up on their fitness goals. But it's important to remember that stubborn fat is not invincible. It just requires a little extra patience, consistency, and the right strategy. The first and most crucial step is acknowledging that there's no quick fix. Targeted exercises might help tone and strengthen the muscles underneath, but they won't magically melt away the fat. We need to approach this challenge with a holistic view of fat loss. This means accepting that we can't control precisely where we lose fat from. Instead, we should focus on creating a calorie deficit through a combination of diet and exercise. This consistent calorie deficit will eventually chip away at those stubborn fat stores, even if it takes a bit longer. When it comes to tackling stubborn fat, many people focus solely on cardio. While cardio is undoubtedly beneficial for overall health and calorie burning, it's not the most effective strategy for building muscle. This is where strength training comes into play. Strength training involves lifting weights or using resistance to challenge your muscles. This process creates microscopic tears in muscle fibers, and your body responds by repairing and rebuilding these fibers stronger than before. This cycle of damage and repair is what leads to muscle growth or hypertrophy. But the benefits of strength training extend far beyond building a muscular physique. Muscle is a more metabolically active tissue than fat. This means that muscle burns more calories at rest than fat. So by building more muscle, you increase your basal metabolic rate, which is the number of calories your body burns at rest. In simpler terms, the more muscle you have, the more calories you burn, even when you're not actively working out. This makes strength training a powerful tool for creating a calorie deficit and ultimately conquering stubborn fat. When it comes to achieving sustainable fat loss and finally conquering those stubborn fat areas, the winning formula lies in combining a calorie deficit with strength training. This powerful duo works synergistically. Strength training builds muscle, which boosts your metabolism and helps you burn more calories throughout the day. Creating a calorie deficit ensures that you're consistently consuming fewer calories than you burn, forcing your body to tap into those fat stores for energy. It's about finding a balance that works for you and your body. This isn't about crash dieting or punishing workouts. It's about making sustainable lifestyle changes that support your fitness goals. Nourish your body with nutrient-dense foods and challenge your muscles with progressive strength training. Consistency is key. Results take time and effort. Don't get discouraged if you don't see immediate changes. Stay consistent with your diet and exercise routine, and those stubborn fat areas will eventually start to shrink. Remember, it's a journey, not a race. Stay committed and you'll see results.